Did you hear the difference? Same notes, completely different feeling. That's the power of dynamics. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to use them to make your music sound beautiful and expressive. Hi, I'm Laura from Viva Piano, where we help beginners fall in love with playing their instrument. Today we're talking about dynamics, one of the most important but overlooked elements that separates someone from just pressing keys to someone making really beautiful sounding music. And the best part? You can start using dynamics today, even if you've only been playing for a few days. So, what are dynamics? Simply put, dynamics are all about how loud or how soft you play. And that's it. But the simple concept can completely transform how music sounds and feels. So without dynamics, music can sound a little bit lifeless, a bit like a robot playing. But with dynamics, the same notes can tell a very different story. You don't speak every word exactly the same volume, right? We can show this when we talk in a monotone voice. I'm excited to see you. And then if we add some expression, I'm so excited to see you. Same words, totally different meaning. And dynamics work the same in music. So, the dynamic range. In music, we use Italian words to describe different dynamic levels. But don't worry, you only need to know a few to get started. So there's piano, or P. This means to play soft and quietly. We have F, forte. This means to play loud and strong. And then we have two in the middle, MP, mezzo piano, and MF, mezzo forte. MP, mezzo piano, mezzo meaning medium or half, so we play moderately soft, and mezzo forte, moderately loud. So this is probably where you play naturally most of the time. So for me, that would be something like mezzo forte. Mezzo piano might be something like this. And piano even quieter. Yeah? And we also have some extremes on our dynamic, with our dynamics as well. There's PP, pianissimo. Kind of like, I always imagine a little mouse whispering or mouse scampering around. And then we have fortissimo, which is FF. Very bold, really powerful, but we try not to bang the keys. The mic picks up a little bit of reverb here, so you'll hear the key pressing down. But as we practice, we can keep that a lot more controlled. So if we're going to play our C major scale, we can start PP, very, very, very quiet. And we're going to work our way to be FF, fortissimo, very loud. So we'll start off very, very quiet. So how do we actually control our dynamics? So how do you actually play louder or softer? It's all about how much force you use when pressing the keys. So when we're playing something really soft, I like to loosen up a little bit, and we might use less arm weight. Finger control is key, and it's about pressing gently but deliberately. So I always think it is, you're kind of pressing into the key as opposed to dropping on it. So I'll take a really simple tune. So I'm just pressing gently on the keys. And if you're going to play a bit louder, I would use a bit more of my arm weight. Let gravity help a little bit, and try and stay relaxed. It's about kind of getting the balance between it not sounding harsh, but having a little bit of tension so you can get the weight behind it. So I might play the same song again. dynamics aren't just about being loud or soft. It's also about how you move between them. And there's two symbols, two abbreviations in music that can really help us. The first is a crescendo, and this is all about how we can gradually get louder. The symbol means grow louder, and think of it like an arrow pointing to more volume. So I'm going to do a little scale with a crescendo. So, and then we have something called a diminuendo or a decrescendo, and this is all about how we can gradually get softer. So we might fade away, get quieter. So we might start loud and get quieter. So we might have a crescendo going up, and a diminuendo going down. Put this into practice with something simple that you might know. So I'm going to pick Ode to Joy. I started with that at the start. With Ode to Joy. Same volume throughout. And so with some dynamics now, I'm going to start piano, and I'm going to add a crescendo in the middle and end with a diminuendo. Let's try that, just got to remember what I just said. So we're going to start with a nice piano. And go into my diminuendo. Completely different. So you had the more robotic one and the version with dynamics. So experiment. Where could you play softer to create some mystery? Where could you play louder to create some excitement? Can you build in those fades, those crescendos and those diminuendos? There's no single right answer. You're making the musical choices that are right for you, and find what works, what sounds beautiful, where you can add a different sound, a different flavour, a different vibe to your music. In conclusion, so that's dynamics. Remember, piano, P means soft, forte means loud. You control the dynamics with how much weight you press on the keys and how you move your arms and your fingers. We'll get there. You can use your crescendos and your diminuendos to create phrases, and just experiment, find out what's musical for you. So I've got a little dynamic game for you. I'm going to just play a few notes, and I want you to tell me if you think they're being played softly or loudly. So we'll go for the first one. Was that soft or loud? Piano or forte? Yeah, I'd say that was piano as well. Well done. We can go. So would you say that was loud or soft? Forte or piano? Yeah, forte, a bit louder. And what would we say this is? Yeah, another loud one, another forte. Is this going to be a crescendo or a diminuendo? Diminuendo, yeah, gradually got quieter. And again, crescendo or diminuendo? Oh, I think that was a crescendo going up and a diminuendo going down. So have some fun with it and enjoy.